Good morning guys, welcome to a new English class. Bienvenidos a una nueva clase de inglés. Espero que se encuentren muy bien. Today we are going to work in our student book, page number 8, página número 8. We are going to continue talking about frequency adverbs, right? As in the last class we studied some frequency adverbs, right? What were they? They were always, right? Always, what does it mean? Siempre, right? Then we see the other was sometimes. It means a veces. And never, right? ¿Qué significa? Nunca. Always, sometimes, and never. So now in the activity that we are going to do today, we are going to listen an audio about an interview about this reporter, una entrevista acerca de este reportero, and he asked them about how often they eat pizza, right? So now let's listen to the audio and then we are going to do the activity. So please pay attention because then we are going to do this activity. So now let's listen to the audio.
Track 4.
Excuse me, how often do you eat pizza?
Not very often. I have it once a month.
Do you like pizza?
Yes, I do.
How often do you eat it?
Twice a week.
How often do you eat pizza?
Pizza? I love pizza. I eat pizza 3 times a day.
So there it is the audio. So as you can hear here, we have this interview, and if you notice, si se dan cuenta, there are one question that the reporter say. And what is that question? That question is how often, right? Repeat please. How often. It's not often. It's often, right? How often do you, right? How often do you? Esto significa ¿qué tan a menudo tú, en este caso, eat pizza, right? ¿Qué tan a menudo comes pizza? How often do you eat pizza? And she replies, not very often. Not very often. No muy a menudo. I have it once a month. Lo tengo una vez al mes, right? Ella come pizza una vez al mes. Then we have number 2. Once again, do you like pizza? Yes, I do. How often do you eat it? Twice a week. Twice a week. 2 veces a la semana, right? Number 3. How often do you eat pizza? Pizza, I love pizza. I eat pizza. Look at this. 3 times a day. Would you eat pizza 3 times a day? I wouldn't. Yo no lo haría. I wouldn't. Because it could be dangerous, right? Eat too much pizza could be dangerous. But he eats 3 times a day, 3 veces al día, right? So now let's complete the activity that we have here. We have this activity. We are going to match the faces of each children, la cara de cada niño, to the calendar that represent their answer. Vamos a unir las caras de los niños con el calendario que representa su respuesta, right? For example, we have number 1. Here is the calendar. It says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday 3 times, Tuesday 3 times, and so on. So, who belongs this calendar? ¿A quién pertenece este calendario? To her, to him, or to him? This calendar belongs to, obviously, the guy who eats 3 times a day, right? So we match it in this way. So in the same way we are gonna match the other ones, right? So when you finish, let's move to the next one. Listen and answer the questions. Vamos a escuchar a continuación las siguientes preguntas y las vamos a contestar. So, please pay attention.
Track 5.
1. How often do you eat pizza? 2. How often do you use social networks? 3. How often do you go on vacation? 4. How often do you clean your room?
Muy bien, ahí teníamos las preguntas, right? Number 1, how often do you eat pizza? So here we are going to write the answer. In my case, I could say I eat pizza 1 in a month, right? Una vez al mes. Like the girl. Not very often. I have it once a month. Once a month. Number 2 was, how often do you use social networks? I always use social networks. Right? It's my answer. But you can say I sometimes use social networks, right? For example. And then we have number 3, how often do you go on vacations? ¿Qué tan a menudo van de vacaciones? Maybe or you can say, I go on vacations once a year, una vez al año. I go on vacations once a year, una vez al año. And number 4, we have, how often do you clean your room? ¿Qué tan a menudo limpian su dormitorio? I always clean my room. I sometimes clean my room, right? Or I never clean my room. Can be that your answer? ¿Puede ser esa tu respuesta? Yes or no? Muy bien. Then, here we have a space to write 3 more questions. Here you are going to write 3 questions using often. How often do you visit your grandparents? How often do you play basketball? How often do you eat hamburgers, right? For example. So that's the final activity. And that will be all for today. Guys, if you have a question or doubts, you can ask me through the platform, and I'm gonna reply you as soon as possible. So see you tomorrow. Have a good day, and God bless you all. Goodbye.